Riley Games, and today I'm coming at you with something a little bit different. A sip of coffee because I was falling asleep in my last stream. I ended up deleting that stream. Um, I'm coming at you with something a little different, guys. We're doing a podcast now. I'm just gonna see how this goes. I wanted to do something different on the channel, and I didn't want it to be. I didn't want to change games, obviously. I didn't want to start doing vlogs, though. I might end up. I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to do a vlog. Um, but I figured I'd do a podcast on the channel. So this is officially the first episode or the first, I guess, podcast of the Real Riley podcast. If there's anyone watching right now, I can't see chat if you're saying anything. By the way, I'm just setting stuff up right now. But this is something new that I'm trying out. I want to do a podcast on the channel. I feel like it's a good way to talk to you guys and tell you guys what's up, and all that good stuff right there. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's just get a couple things out of the way right now, because I also see this as a good opportunity to say what's up with the channel and all that. So as you guys probably know by now, I am the least consistent YouTuber there is. That's actually probably a lie. But the point is, I post videos and then I'll go away for a long time. I'll come back, all that stuff. So I'm not super great when it comes to posting consistently. And honestly, I'm just bad at it. And I think the main reason is because I either get bored of streaming, or it's that I just get lazy. Now I think the last time that I went a good chunk of time without streaming, that was actually more to because I was busy. I was kind of busy. I was working all that stuff, and I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be honest here. I was streaming gameplay a while ago. I was playing the Giant, and one person came in the stream. They left halfway through, and streams aren't as fun for me if I'm not interacting with chat. That's why streams are different than videos, right? And that's why I think a lot of people love streaming. And anyways, it makes it a lot different when you're alone, right? It's basically like recording a gameplay video, say 2 years ago, if you were doing zombies on your channel, right? Or 3 4 years ago. So it just turns into a video more or less, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But then on top of it, I was tired. Now I'm having a coffee now, so I feel a little bit more awake, a little bit more alert, but still not 100% there, I would say. Me, the main thing, guys, really, I gotta get consistent. And LT, by the way, I'm checking out chat now, so nice to have you here, man. We are not playing zombies tonight, though. We did a while ago, but we're not now. We're taking it easy. We're just talking, really. This is kind of a Q&A. If there's anything that you want to ask, anything like that, anything that you guys want to talk about, that's the whole point of this, really. But I just kind of want to talk about where it is I really want to go with the channel here. And obviously I've said this before, but I really want to start posting consistently. For that, I think I just got to prepare myself better and have stuff kind of ready to go. Now, I think the main thing really for me would be I got to add a little more variety to the channel. Now, I do love zombies a lot, and I can't really see myself posting anything other than zombies when it comes to gameplay on my channel. So I'd like to kind of just change things up. Obviously, I got this kind of doing a little podcast here, which is fun. And Sophia Powers, welcome, by the way. Welcome to the podcast, Real Riley podcast. But yeah, no, I feel like I gotta switch things up, or else I feel like I'm gonna get bored again. And I don't want to get bored because I want to stay consistent. I want to be able to post something every day. And for that, I think I'm gonna have to change a couple things. I'm gonna have to start, actually doing. I'm playing Origins right now, Chronicles. That is awesome. But yeah, no, that's the thing. I've been playing Chronicles probably for a week and a half now, and I get bored of that. I really do, especially when I'm playing it. I'm playing it consistently, and then I'm also playing it to try and get gameplay for videos, because I'm trying to prepare videos right now so that way I can stockpile stuff. But and that's the thing too. If you're a gamer on YouTube, I think you gotta stockpile videos in a sense because you can't stream every day. It's honestly tiring. It really is. Because you're easily like putting aside 2 hours in your day to stream and constantly be talking, and then you gotta maybe spend about half an hour before the stream really getting the stream ready, and then maybe like 10 minutes to make your thumbnail, all that. It depends on how much detail you want to put into it. But streaming is difficult enough. It's honestly like I'm kind of being a baby about it, to be honest, but it's definitely fun, and it's fun when you're playing zombies. I love zombies, and that's the thing. I couldn't probably stream anything other than zombies just because it's probably the game that I've played the most in my life. I love Call of Duty Zombies, and which is why I have an entire channel devoted to it. But I feel like if I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm just gonna repeat my same mistakes I've made in the past, and that is I'm gonna get bored of the game because I'll outplay myself. I'll play it way too much because I try and play every day, right? And I'm gonna play way too much, and I think it's just gonna like I'm just gonna get into one of those phases where I don't feel like posting again, and that's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. By the way, if anyone watching the podcast right now has any questions or like watching the stream, feel free to put it in chat. Also, if you're watching this afterwards as a video, feel free to put it down in the comment section. I'm going to try and address it in the next podcast if you're watching this in video, and I'll address any questions now really about the channel or anything that interests you really. But yeah, anyways, I kind of want to see the channel grow for sure because it'd be cool to actually do YouTube as a job, and I think it's one of those things where I really want to do it, and you gotta invest the time into it, which I completely understand. But at the same time, until then, I need a real job. I think that makes sense. I actually need to make actual money, but then there's also that problem where I actually have to. I have to get an actual, like, I have to do the actual job, and then there's the problem where I gotta, like, put time aside to do this as well, because I really want to try and post every day, which is why I think stockpiling the videos will help. And it's the thing that kind of sucks with YouTube, too. If you're actually thinking, like, yeah, I'd really like to do YouTube as a career. I'd like to, like, actually do YouTube as a job. Um, I think there's a lot of people that want that, or that have at least thought about it. And I think the main something like you'll never tell anyone that. First of all, like if you're going to college and you're like, yeah, I want to be an electrical engineer, and people are like, what are your plans? Like what do you want to do later on in your life? And you'll say that. But let's say you also want to be a YouTuber. Are you gonna say that to people? No. Why? Because most people think it's kind of ridiculous. Which honestly, yeah, it sounds kind of ridiculous. Because how many people want to be YouTubers, but just don't become YouTubers, right? I think you really have to be invested in it. You really gotta push for it. But yeah, no, that's overall, like, that's the thing. Right now, I'm actually starting school in the fall. I'm starting in the police academy to become a police officer and law enforcement. And here's the thing that's weird with me, and I think this is one of the reasons why I was slightly hesitant in the past, which is why I think I took a year off from school altogether, just to think really about what it is I want. And I think the issue wasn't so much me trying to decide what it is I want to do as a career, because I already knew, I think, that I would really like to be a police officer. The main thing was that I wasn't sure what kind of life I wanted. And what I mean by that is, if you want to be a cop, if you actually do want to be a cop and you think that's something that you would like to do, well then great, that's awesome. Uh, and that is what I want to do. But will it give me the lifestyle that I want? You know, that's the thing. Like, you don't get to choose your own hours, and you only really get to do that if you're self-employed, which I think is the great thing with YouTube, or just owning a business of your own, really. Which I did. I did actually kind of start, and technically, I think I still legally. I don't have one that's current, but legally, I think I have one that's registered. I'm just not. It's not considered active at the moment. But that's the thing. Like, I tried starting a business this year, and it's still legally registered, and I could start using it again if I wanted to. Like, it's the government knows it exists in a sense, if that makes sense. But I was really going for it, and I think the main thing for me, I didn't push for it enough. I think I got lazy. Um, but that's what I mean. Like that's why I wanted to do that. I think that's why I like YouTube. It's not a job that I'm like, yeah, like that suits the kind of person I am. But I know that this job will give like a job like that would give me the type of freedoms that I want. That a normal job couldn't give me, no matter how fulfilling a real job would be. I think that's the main thing right there. I think that's kind of a big thing. But yeah. Anyways, there's that, and like I feel like YouTube for me, at least I'm playing a game. I'm playing games, so it's something that I actually like to do. Will it be fulfilling? That's the main thing, really, because I think that being a cop would be fulfilling. I feel like when you do something good during like when you're doing that job, you really feel it. Like I feel like it's extremely rewarding. If you save someone, if you find a kid that was kidnapped, right, and you manage to find the kid, return him safely to his parents, that's got to be the greatest feeling in the world. And sure, that kind of job would probably come with some of the worst feelings in the world. For example, when things just go the complete opposite way, you find a body, like things just don't go well on the job, like because you're dealing with criminals, and there's that side to it too. But I feel like it's kind of worth it for like when you know the kind of good that you're doing. Now, the main thing for me is like if I want to do YouTube as a job, would it be as fulfilling? That's the thing I don't know. And I feel like if it was extremely fulfilling, then why would I stop, right? And then, of course, I have those excuses where it's like, I've been busy and all that. Or I do get bored of the game. And honestly, I think to make it fulfilling, I have to make it a little more broad. It doesn't necessarily need to be broad game-wise. Excuse me. I think that the game is actually fine. I really like Call of Duty Zombies. I still want my channel to be mainly Call of Duty Zombies. If I'm going to add anything else to the channel, it can't be a different game. I don't want that because I don't want to confuse you guys. I don't want you guys to go onto my channel. You subscribed on it as like an all zombies channel, right? So when it comes to gameplay videos, you want to see zombies. I would assume. If ever you guys want to see other stuff, just post it in the comments. Just ideas, really. I look at the comments. I do. But yeah, like I would want to like broaden what it is I'm doing on the channel. Obviously, just keeping the one game, but like what I'm doing right now, like the podcast. Like I kind of like it. Like so far, I've been sitting here, sipping my coffee, just kind of talking about what I think, and honestly, it's just how do I say? It's fun. It kind of is. I do want to get a better setup eventually, but like I feel like I could do this once a week. Kind of have a little podcast, little like kind of talk, say what I think. Right now we're talking about the channel, but you can say whatever it is you want. And sweetheart, it's nice to see that you're watching. But yeah, no, like I can talk about whatever I want. And right now I'm talking about my channel, right? And how I would like to grow it, how I'd like to make it a little more broad, add some new stuff to keep myself from getting bored of the channel. And at the same time, I feel like if I do a podcast on the channel, I'll still be able to post daily, and it would give me a day off, like say during that week, if I want to post daily, right? It'd give me a day off in a sense during that week from zombies at least, which might help me not get bored. Which is why I feel like I should have two extra things on the channel that I would post during the week. Podcast for sure. I don't know what I'd do for the second thing, but I'd definitely like to have something else. It would be. I feel like that would help. That would help with me staying consistent. So yeah, but that's the main thing. Like I think YouTube would give me the kind of life that I want, whereas going to the police academy would give me the kind of fulfillment, like the kind of job that I want, if that makes sense. Like I feel like the job in a sense would be more fulfilling, but I don't know that. Like I don't have any experience being a cop. I don't know what it's like, right? So it's hard to say, but anyways, it's just what I think mostly for the whole channel wise thing. And then there's the future, like say 5 years from now, could I still be doing YouTube, and where would the channel be? Would we be at a couple thousand subs, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000? Would be stupidly insane. But like I feel like if I really want to do this and I push for it enough, I feel like I can do it. And that's the thing. And I feel like, actually, like I know for a fact that a lot of you guys that are subscribed to me, like a lot of you guys post stuff on your own channels, and you'll often notice that like I don't know, like I don't know if you guys want to do the same thing as me, or if you guys just post your stuff because you just kind of I don't know, you like making content in that sense, but it's like I feel like there are definitely a lot of people that look at YouTube and it's like, yeah, I could do that for a job. I'd like to do that, and I would like to do that because I know it would give me the life that I want. And that's the main thing. I feel like the overall freedom would be awesome. I feel like it's a kind of out there job right now, so it makes it kind of cool in a sense, you know, like you can say, okay, well, what do you do for a living? I'm an electrical engineer. Well, that's cool, man. It's a good job. And then someone comes up to you and it's like, well, what do you do for a living? I'm a YouTuber. And it's like I feel like people are a lot more interested in that too. Like people ask you questions like, "Oh, really? What do you do? What is that? How does that work?" And it's like people know much about it because it is relatively new and exciting, and like it's also exciting. That's the thing. But yeah, guys, it's to me, it's coming down to the fact that I'm definitely going to school. I'm definitely gonna take my course, and I'm definitely gonna want to become a cop. I think that's something that I know for sure. Um, let's say if ever I feel like if I were to work hard on my channel and then say one day, you know, a few years down the road, 2, 3, 4 years, the channel's big and I could actually make a living off the channel. That would be awesome. Would I stay a cop? I don't know. Like once again, it's part of that fulfillment thing, right? Um, I don't know. It's things to think about for me. And yeah, the channel itself, like I want to do the podcast. I think I'm going to do this once a week. But when it comes to something other than that, I've given it thought and I really want to do a vlog. Now, the thing that sucks with vlogs, and or not so much the thing that sucks with vlogs, the thing that I suck at when it comes to vlogs is the editing. Because you need editing, lots of editing. Now, to edit the editing software, I actually don't have editing software. I don't have any Photoshop. I like for my thumbnails, I use Pixlr.com. It's like a free thing, and if any of you guys are watching this and you guys have a channel, if you want to make cool thumbnails, go to Pixlr.com. It's pixlr.com/editor, and you should be able to get on, and you can pretty well make any thumbnail you want, which is awesome. But yeah, overall, I lost my train of thought. Is what happened overall. just by like mentioning that Pixlr thing. What was I just talking about? What was I just talking about? Channel. Definitely the channel. Oh yeah, the thing that I'd like to do. I've thought about doing a vlog, but it just requires editing and all that. And I wouldn't be against doing that at all. But it would definitely require time, and editing can take a while, you know, an hour or two of just really putting something together, which is actually really difficult. It's extremely or not difficult, it's extremely time consuming when you're making like a pretty complex video where with a lot of edits. I know it because I used to do vlogs on an older channel that I had. It was kind of cool, actually. I liked it. I remember I used to get like 70 some views per video, and at that time I was like, oh, that's cool. But it was like, for some reason to me it didn't seem like a lot, because I think the main thing I was comparing myself to other bigger YouTubers, right? And which is the dumbest thing you can do. I feel like if you're starting out a channel, don't compare yourself to anyone. Only compare yourself to yourself, in the sense of, all right, well, how well did my video do today? Well, you see, I got, say, maybe 15 views. Now, if you're comparing yourself to other YouTubers, you're not going to want to make another video. That's the thing, and you can't compare yourself to other people like that. Compare yourself to yourself. So be like, okay, well, I'll look back. Okay, a week ago, my videos were getting like, say, about 10 views each. Well, you see that right there, you've just gotten better. And I feel like if you look at it that way, if you compare yourself to yourself and not to other people, it's a lot easier to kind of like stay motivated, which is probably the biggest problem for me, really, even right now. Like I'm saying this stuff and I know it, but like it's hard to not compare yourself to other people and other people's channels, right? But yeah, yeah. Anyways, it's pretty well it, I think, on the channel thing. Other than that, things to talk about. Oh God, it's the part that I feared the most for the for the podcast, and finally out-talk myself. I think that was the thing that worried me the most. And I think, and it's weird actually. That's something actually worth talking about. When I was starting the podcast, I think I sat down on the couch here for like a good 5 minutes because I was worried about what am I gonna say. Another thing I was worried about was like, I'd have some of my subscribers coming on telling me to kind of stop doing that and ask me to play, say, I don't know, zombies or something. Because obviously zombies is up on the screen right now, but I'm just using it as a as a format to like actually record live. So I gotta have some kind of game up. But yeah, no, like I think that was my main thing. Like it's something new, right? When I go to start a stream, I'm not worried at all, and I think that's part of why maybe it gets boring for me. Another reason, it's like if you're not worried, it's because there's nothing new going on. Whereas the podcast, weirdly enough, it's been the first time in a long time that I make a video for my channel, and I'm actually worried. I'm genuinely worried about. I was genuinely worried about making this podcast, just because I was like, well, what am I going to talk about? And I was like, well, what are people going to think about it? All that stuff, which normally I don't care about that. Like weirdly, like I like to think that I don't care. Okay, well, if people don't like my stuff, my content, well then they just, they won't go on my channel. But here's the thing. I have had a zombies channel for, technically this channel is like 2 years old, but like let's say I've been posting stuff semi-consistently. And I like emphasis on the semi because it's not really consistent. But like, I've been posting stuff more in the past, like, I don't know, 6 months, maybe a little more. And when it comes to that, everyone that's ever subbed to my channel so far, they subbed because they like zombies, right? So I think that was part of the big worry for the podcast. So anyways, I don't know. If you guys are watching this, if you've made it this far, you go down in that comment section if you're watching this video, like in a video format, and just put a little winky face in the comment section so I can know like who actually listened to it this far in. And just tell me what you think about the podcast too. That's something else I'm extremely interested in. I really want to know what it is people think about this. Sophia, you're still here. That's awesome. How's that Chronicles game going, by the way? But yeah, anyways, it's mostly, I don't know. It mostly comes down to what do I want to do, right? I'm enjoying this. That's a big thing, and honestly, that's something that I love, and I love that it actually made me worried to actually post this or to actually stream this. So that's cool. Like, because I haven't felt that in a while. Like, I remember I felt like this the first time I was going to go stream. And I remember, I don't even think I have a thumbnail up for that video, but it was just, I think it's Gurod Krovi, like, stream fail, or first stream and, like, complete fail or something. Like, the title's somewhere along those lines. It's, like, 2-3 months ago, I think. But that's when I first started streaming. I was super nervous because it was live, and I didn't know what to expect, right? So, to me, I was like, well, how's it going to be, right? But, like, once I got started, it was fun. It was fine. I don't think I sound the same way as I do now when I stream. I think I was a little more nervous, and you can kind of tell in my voice. I was a little more quiet. Whereas here, I think I sound, I don't know. Like, you get used to talking to yourself alone in a room, which is kind of sad. It's so sad. But you get used to it, right? And I'm sure that if I keep doing YouTube, like in 6 months from now, a year, I'll sound even better. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm always gonna get a little better if I keep doing this, which makes sense, Like the more you do something, the better you get. But yeah. Anyways, by the way, Sophia, if you have any questions about the channel or anything, it doesn't even have to be about the channel. I mean, I don't know how old you are or whatever. If you're in high school, elementary school, or going to college, or whatever, if you have any questions about anything like that, I am in no way at all a professional in any kind of stuff. I am not licensed to give any advice, just saying. But anyways, I like to throw my opinions on stuff. Like, oh God, like honestly, here's something else about me actually, and I'm 18 right now, right? I'm 18 years old. I'm done high school, and I'm at that point in my life where I got to make decisions, right? Like, I feel like through high school, the main reason as to why I miss high school is for the simple reason that I didn't have to think. I didn't have to think about what it is I wanted to do because I didn't have to decide on what it is I wanted to do. People would tell me what it is I was going to do. You know, well, what am I going to do after grade 10? Well, Chris, you're going to go straight to grade 11. It's like, well, okay, that decision's been made. Uh, don't see any point in arguing against it. Seems like a good thing to do. Finish my high school, and you do that. But like after high school, it's like, well, now you have all these options, and it's like, well, now I gotta make decisions. And as weird as it is, that's something that they don't really teach you about in high school. Like they're really trying to prepare you for the world, which I think everyone kind of agrees that school, in a way, doesn't prepare you for real life. It'll definitely give you a lot of tools that you can use, but like a lot of it you won't use again, depending on what it is you want. Like here's the thing, school. If there's one thing that I think school did not teach me, like high school, anyways, high school specifically high school. I'm pretty sure college and university is different. I know it's different, but the thing with high school is that they don't teach you how to make decisions. You know, you're kind of pushed in a certain direction, and you just go that way. You just kind of coast through it. So it's definitely easier in that sense, in this like because you don't have to make decisions. It's more simple. It's more simple in that way, I guess. But anyways, that's the main thing for me. Like high school was easy. I didn't have to decide anything, and I had all this time off, right? So you're doing pretty good. And I know it's not the same thing for everyone. A lot of people have a hard time through high school, elementary school, whatever, even in college, and people have a hard time whether with their grades, whatever. I was just lucky. I think I did bare minimum, and I still managed to pass. I think that one of the reasons I did bare minimum is because I just wasn't worried about failing. And I know it's not something that everyone gets to feel. A lot of people do worry about that kind of stuff. And that just, honestly, that just really does kind of suck. But, like I was lucky in that sense. I didn't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So, one second. What does it say here? There we go. But yeah, no, that was the great thing for me. I didn't worry about that stuff. So for me, high school was a really extremely chill experience. Nothing. I didn't worry all that much about it. Whereas now it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to college in September. I've now taken a year off to really think about what it is I want to do, and I honestly I feel maybe like I'm a little bit like I'm a little more sure of what it is I want to do now, which is nice. But I don't feel like I still don't feel like I should be making these decisions, if that makes sense. Like, obviously, I want to make those decisions, but, like, I still feel like I'm at a point in my life where I can make a decision that'll just put me down a path that'll completely kind of, it'll make things harder for me. Which isn't something that you have to worry about when you're younger, right? Because people tell you what decisions to make. And normally, they're older than you, and normally, they're kind of like simple decisions through high school. It's like, well, okay, you're going to be doing this for this class. You're going to be going to do this after this year of high school. And it's all like, okay, well, I'm doing this. They're telling me what to do, so I'll just do it. Whereas now it's like, well, what do you want to do? It's like, well, I honestly don't know. I've never had to think about it to the point where it's like I actually have to think about it because I actually have to decide on something. In high school, they'd ask you what it is you want to do, like, and then you'd say, well, I want to do this. And then it's like, that's it. It didn't really have to matter what it is you would say because, well, to be fair, you're not actually going to be, like, you wouldn't have to take action on what it is you just said. Anyways, I feel like that's a big thing for me, and I think that's probably the only part about high school that I miss. I mean, I miss how, like, because to me it was fun. It was definitely fun, and you don't notice it when you're there. But once you're done high school, it's like, yeah, I kind of miss high school for this stuff. Certain stuff, not everything, certain stuff. Just how easy it was, like, to make decisions. You didn't have to make decisions. What are you going to do on your weekend? I'm in high school. I'm going to party and hang out with my friends, play video games with my friends, go biking, go whatever, see people. You'd basically kill time on the weekends because it was your time off, right? Whereas now, if I kill time, it's like, well, I should probably be doing something. And that's the main thing. That's the thing that kind of sucks when you get older. So whenever you get like time off, it's not so much, oh yay, like I can do nothing. It's like, okay, what should I try and catch up on? What should I try and do? How can I use my time, like, you know, in the best kind of way? And for me lately, I've been trying to do YouTube, right? To me, YouTube's like that thing that if I got spare time, I want to do it. I want to do it because I feel like if I work at it, it's actually something that can amount to something somehow. Um, but yeah, that's pretty well it, guys. That's the whole rundown on how I feel about that whole thing. But yeah, guys. Overall, I went into this podcast not really knowing what to expect, and I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna talk about the channel because that's really, I feel like I might as well do that. You guys can watch it, have an idea of what it's for. I don't want to make them too long because I feel like if there's like an hour or 2 hours, people aren't gonna want to watch them, right? You guys aren't gonna want to watch them. But I'm gonna call it the end of the podcast, and I feel like we bounced around a lot from one thing to another, and I feel like we haven't properly closed the discussion. But honestly, I just wanted to kind of get this whole thing out there, and if you guys would like, just leave comments down in the comment section below, and just to kind of ideas for the next podcast, things that we can talk about, any questions that you may have that I can answer in the next podcast. And I mean, while you're here, I mean, like anything, well, actually, if anything, hit that like button. No, but anyways, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I think we're gonna call that first podcast. That's officially the first Real Riley podcast. There you go. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna sign out here. If you did enjoy the podcast, please leave a thumbs up, just so I can get an idea on what you guys liked. And if you guys didn't like it, just go down in the comment section, say what you didn't like. Or if anything, if you just don't like the idea of podcasts, just go down and kind of comment, like, what else you guys would like to see on the channel. I think that'd be probably the best thing, because even I'm in a position where I'm kind of wondering what else I should be doing, because I would like to do something else on the channel. Like gaming, I think I want to leave it for zombies, mostly like zombies. But what else can I do? And I was just thinking podcast. And anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. That's the podcasts and on plans for YouTube and all that, and the channel. I think we talked about that mostly. But yeah, anyways, yeah, guys, that's the end of the podcast. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a video.